Hello everyone, it's good to see you again. It has been some time since we last met. Today I'm here again to teach some Mendix topics. We're gonna talk about the XPath in Mendix. Let's deep dive on. The XPath is in short, it's query language designed to retrieve data from your database. There are three main areas that you need to use XPath. The first is within the microflows, you can use the XPath in order to select something or retrieve from your database. It's working like the filtering, and you can use the XPath in pages again with the selections and retrieve purposes. And you can use also the entity access of your domain model. If you use the entity access XPath in your entity access, it's mainly focused on the security things. In order to do this, I'm creating a blank web application in 11.6, and I need to open to actually security to production again. I have two user roles, admin and user, and I already created three user roles, user 1, user 2, user 3. When we look at our domain model, we have an order entity. Let's click on. I need to store the create date and owner, because in order to use the actually XPath efficiently, I need to take the owner of the entity, which means the who is created this entity with this. For example, I create a record of the order, so my user role will be stored in the database, and we have two attributes. First one is order ID, which is auto number, and I also created the enumeration with the order status name with three status: draft, submit, and ordered. The default value of the status will be draft. Okay, and we have a home page, and we have some overview page to create some records. Okay, so our setup is like this. Okay, let's go with the user one, and you can have an order overview. Then you can create an order with the draft status, for example. So you are user one. Okay, let's fix something, because we cannot change the status as a user. So let's go to the domain model. Before we start, go to the access rules and change this to the right. Okay, let's try again and see if the user can change the order status or not. Then we will start our usage areas of XPath. Okay, it will be ready soon. Let's try first with the users, then we can have others. Okay, it's ready. Let's refresh the page with user 1 and 1. Okay, let's choose, yeah, I can create a submit order. Okay, let's use the first usage area of the XPath. The first one is Microflows. I'm gonna create a microflow. Okay, which called actually ACT order get drafts. Okay. Then within the retrieve actions, you can use the XPath from database. If you use the retrieve and from database, you can use the XPaths. For example, order, and there are the XPaths area. You can reach out with the click editing. The XPath starts with the, as you know, the brackets, and let's choose the order status is equal to, if you don't remember the enumeration values, you can just push the control and space and find out the possible things like this, drafts. So this will be filtering all draft status of the our orders, okay, all database structure. And let's use the loop to log everything. Okay, let's use the microflow name to get the log nodes and use a template with the iterator, order ID, string, and maybe it's better to use the status again because we have, yes, we already retrieved the drafts, but let's to be sure we get the drafts. Okay, status, yeah, okay, order status. So it's again, we need to use some get caption or get key to get the status. Okay, let's try, but first we need to put this button to home page and make that be sure that the security access is met. So user can or admin can call this function. Let's wait a little bit again. Okay, it's ready. Okay, I just clicked and we see that all of the drafts is displayed. So we have different in the database, but we only see the draft ones. Okay, let us. So this is the first area that you can use the XPaths. So let's continue with the page. Okay, I'm gonna switch to the home web and create some tabs to see effective filtering. Okay, the first one will be draft. Again, I'm gonna show the everything's with the draft status, and the other one is submit, and the third one is maybe we can use the ordered. We can create different tabs, for example, my orders or other orders or all orders like this. Let's use this one with the list, and maybe we can use some building blocks. Yeah, or we can just create, for example, we can use the widgets and the layout grid first with 6 to 6, and I need actually a data source. We can use the database again, order, and within this data source or within the containers, you will find the XPath constraints. We can do exactly the same things. For example, order status is draft. Yeah, just you can copy. Yeah, you can fill the things. Order status Okay, we can use the same structure on the submit. Don't forget to change the data source XPath to the submit. And also for the ordered, we can use the same structure with the ordered. Let's create another tab, okay? I'm just copy the tab and paste Control C and Control V to my orders, okay? And this XPath will be changed, of course. Delete these ones, and system owner is equal to current user. You can close the brackets, okay? Let's run the application and see. I need to go to the home page. Okay. First one is draft. We can see the drafts. The second one is submits. We can see the submits. Third one is ordered. We can see the orders. And these are the my orders, which is created by the user one, because I already logged in with the user one. Let's check out. Yeah, these are the user ones. So it seems that is correct. Let's, for example, create with the user 2 or log in with the user 2. And we cannot see anything related with the my orders tab. And let's create a new one for the user 2 and go to the home page. Now we can see the my orders with the draft for the user 2. So these are the pages, pages for the XPaths. Let's use the security XPaths. In order to do this, of course, you need to open the security. That's why I set up this application to you. Go to the domain model, open the entity access rules, and for example, if you want to restrict within the user roles, you need to be sure that you need to click this owner role. Let's click to the users, okay? Then within this, you will have also XPath constraints. So you can do anything related with this. For example, if you say like this, all users is only all these user roles is only affected with the order status of draft, okay? This will be affected only the draft status. But I want to be sure that only the owner of the record can change the things or can edit the things. In order to do this, I just click the owner, okay? Then the system owner is equal to current user. Expression is comes automatically. When I click this, it means that user can access and see and read all the access rules if the record is created by this user, okay? Let's find out how it's worked. The last one of the XPath usage is the domain model and entity access. So we are making restrictions with the user roles like this. We are using the XPaths. Okay, let's find out. User 2. Okay. And yeah, you cannot see anything draft, submit, or ordered. Only you can see the record that the user has created, okay? So you can change or delete the things. For example, what if I add another extra access rules, for example, user again, but with just the red things, okay? Without any expression, just click the user and read. It means that user can read every record, but only can manipulate, edit, or delete with the own records. Okay, with this new structure, user 2 can see every records. By the way, if you like the contents and if you want to keep to follow the contents, just subscribe and like the video. Okay, yep, it will be ready. User 2. Okay, yeah, we can see other records, but we cannot edit others records, but we can also edit user 2 records because we already set this in access rules of the entity, right? Okay, guys, we already see 3 main areas of the XPath. Maybe in the next lectures, I will focus on more detailed advanced XPath techniques, which you can use different filtering mechanism in one thing. For example, if you retrieve the current user and only the ordered one records, you can do this actually. Again, if you like the video, just subscribe and like. Thank you for watching. See you again.